on a Saturday afternoon, and you're with your teammates at the ground, ready to play a game. Or you could be at work on a Monday morning at 9 AM and you're with the group of people that you work with, okay? You've got a meeting, you know, you're getting ready to work for the rest of the week, okay? And you're in this team and you've been left out of the team. You're not playing. Or you've got a decision at work the manager at work's decided he's going to take certain key members of staff on board to deliver a presentation or a project, okay? And you feel, okay, well, how would you feel about being left out? What would your thoughts be? How do you feel you've been left out? Something that you think is important?
Hate it.
Hate it? Okay.
Hate it.
Okay.
Rejection.
Okay, rejection.
It's not rejection, I'm just like, why didn't you pick me? I've got so much to offer.
Okay. Yeah.
Elevated feeling of self-worth.
No, I wouldn't say that. Just everyone.
Okay, it's all coming out now. It's all coming out now. Okay, so we'll run through the way the hierarchy works. Is we could do one of a number of things, and I'll give you the handout shortly. We could do a number of things. Okay, so you could tell your teammates how the coaches got it wrong. Okay, or the managers got it wrong. You're wrong. I'm good. I should be there. I can't understand I can't understand how they've made a decision. Okay, or you could start shouting and acting silly. Okay, with the hope that you'll get the manager or coach's attention to call you into the office. So you could scream at the top of your voice in any room, or you could start. You could do something to grab the attention of the coach or the manager. Okay. Now, what does the behaviour depend on? What does your behaviour depend on? Okay. What you do behaviourally, what will it depend on?
How you've interpreted that happening.
Yeah.
Because you could say, well, it's maybe it's giving me more time spent with the family.
Okay, potentially. So that could be one thing. Okay, that could be one way of seeing things. Okay, and it's a cup final. And it means it's a cup final. Okay, it's a cup final, and this could be your one and only chance of playing this big tournament. Okay.
It's emotionally driven, though, isn't it?
There is an emotional drive. Yeah, definitely, it's being fueled. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, how we behave. Okay, we could take any one of a number of different actions. We could do, tell the rest of the guys on board at work or in the team, the coach has got it all wrong. The left side doesn't know what he's doing, type thing. Or we could, act silly and walk up and down doing handstands in the corridor, trying to get attention, yelling and screaming. Or we could think and maybe rationalise and knock on the door and say, okay, can you give me an explanation? Okay, so we could choose a number of different responses. How we respond depends on some key factors. Our capabilities and strategies, okay? Our capabilities to deal with a specific issue is going to determine our response, okay? If you're confident in approaching the coach or the manager, you could ask them, what reasons, what's the rationale behind you being left behind or not being involved in the decision, okay? Or you might, based on your capabilities, decide to take the other action. Tell the rest of the team or staff, or the coach has got it wrong, or whatever else. Or you could do the other option we mentioned before, act silly to grab attention. Okay, that will depend on our capability, the behaviour that we put into force. Okay, and that's where capability comes into action. In terms of having a variety of capabilities and choosing our response to a certain situation is key. Now, the capability or the strategy you choose will depend on your beliefs and values. Okay? If you believe you're an important member of a team, a good performer and a lot to offer, when you get the opportunity to play or involved in a certain situation at work, then you would more than likely go to the coach and ask them about the decision to leave you out. Okay? If you felt you're an integral part of that team and you felt you had a lot of worth to give that team, then you would ask. Okay, but how you would ask would depend on the capabilities that you have to draw on that specific issue, and I think we can all agree our behaviour will affect what happens thereafter. Okay, and this same application can happen professionally, personally. I've used it in the context of team and business, even personally, on a relationship point of view. Okay, how we respond is based on our capabilities, and how our capabilities will be based on our beliefs and values in terms of what's important to us. Okay, so it could be on a personal level. You know, you expect your partner to be home at 6 o'clock after work and not back till 9, and you've got all sorts of thoughts and feelings racing on your head. And he came back, he's not brought you flowers and chocolate, so he doesn't love you. He mustn't love me. Where's me flowers? Because you're associating that to what you feel is that need, and then you respond in a certain way. Okay, based on your capabilities, you can do one or two things. Okay, you can sort of decide to wait until they come back and find out why they came late, and you might get a reasonable and rational answer, or you could wait for them at the door with a bucket of water and pour it over their head. So you can do a number of things, and all these things are going to lead to a specific outcome. Okay, and the hierarchy of these levels that we're going through in terms of how we would apply them are key. So, okay, you made a decision based on your beliefs and values that you felt you're an integral part of this team. You should have been included, or you should have been included at work. Now, what are your beliefs and values going to be determined by? What could your beliefs and values be determined by?
Experience.
Experience?
Your identity.
Identity, exactly. Experience, identity. If you see yourself as a good performer, okay, and you think you're the best thing since sliced bread, then it's possible that you'll hold the belief that you're an important member of that team. Okay? You will find your identity will be dependent on your purpose in that sport, or the impact that you think that you have in that environment with business or anything else for that matter. Okay, your purpose, your understanding of yourself, your belief that you can contribute to a level, okay, will be key in terms of your response. Okay, now the thing that we want to look at is we could make changes at a level of environment. Okay, we could go to a new firm down the road who you've had this offer to work for in the past because they've told you that they think that you'd be suitable for their environment, or this team down the road think, well, come to us, come along, come play for us. Then what happens? 6 weeks down the line in this new environment, you find this new partner, you find this new job, then what happens when the same thing happens again? Do you react in the same way and then you're off again, or do you sort of stop and think, hang on a second here, maybe resolving this just in the environment will not produce the outcome I want. Maybe I can look and see if I can resolve this on variable higher levels to make sure I achieve the outcome I want. So maybe I might need to change my beliefs. Maybe I need to believe that maybe my belief, the coach has left me out because he thinks that tactically this might be a better team to win that game, or maybe they're resting me for that game, and because the next game is bigger to win. In business, well, maybe they decided not to run with me because they think I'm better suited for something else. Okay, they've given me that role or whatever it is. So we kind of understand and where we are, and we can change, and it goes back to we're in control of how we think and feel and how we respond. Okay, so what we've sort of gone through there leads to a number of interesting explanations and discoveries, because short-term versus long-term consistency. You know, sometimes people find that attending a course, buying a book, seeing a coach worked great at changing an aspect of their game, of their life for a short period of time, but eventually what happens to their behaviour? It comes back. We go back to where we were before. Okay, if the new behaviour was not in alignment with the person's beliefs and values and identity, the higher would always override the lower, okay? Which explains why, you know, you can watch these programs, these makeovers. These makeover programs, where they give a makeover, they even give them cosmetic surgery, and then they follow them up. They feel great. They're out there. They're walking on this catwalk, and everyone's punching their air and clapping, and they feel pumped up. Then a year down the line, they re-interview them. How are you getting on with things? Well, I'm back to where I was before. You know, classic case of people going in for cosmetic surgery. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, fantastic, I'm going to come out. And then in a short space of time, they're back to where they were before. Okay, because there's no change within. It's all external. Or they go on a dating course and they get taught how to dress, how to approach people, how to do things. Yet in their hearts, they're still the same person they were before. So how sustainable is that? They go back to where they were before. So the key is aligning the behaviours, and what we're going to do as part of the exercise is learn how to align and realign these levels on a variable, on different aspects of life, of business, of goals, on a therapeutic level as well. So for behaviour, for change of behaviour to be long term, what we need to do is for it to fit in within the hierarchy. So if we just take one of these and pass them around. Page 5.
Page 6.
Page 6, sorry, yeah. 5, yeah, 5 and 6 together, yeah.
Do you know what you're saying about being left out there? I have this huge thing of work. No, obviously I'm not over it now, but I had this thing at work. Basically, when I started my job, came up with this idea to kind of basically review all the work experience provision across the University of Salford. So this amazing project plan, had it all planned out, sort of took it to my boss, we escalated it up to the manager, it was like, great idea, and then it didn't move for like 6 months and nothing happened with it. And then a year later, we had this new guy starting the team who was kind of a consultant, and I hear on the grapevine that he's doing this piece of work that basically I came up with. And so it was taken off me, but somewhere down the line when the results come in from the survey, I might be able to analyse them and then go and do the work afterwards. So I was really annoyed and really frustrated, and I had a couple of issues with the lady that runs the team anyway, because she'd been like that a lot with stuff I'd done, and I was just getting really wound up by it. But then I just thought, you know what? It's actually not worth it. You know, I know I'm good at what I do, because if I wasn't, this wouldn't be happening. You know, she wouldn't have decided to take a piece of work off me, take the credit for it, and give it to someone else to take forward. If I didn't believe I was good at what I do, then I wouldn't have come up with the idea anyway. And I just decided, you know what, it's great to be part of it. At least I get to do something. At least I get to actually make the practical stuff happen, and I still get to kind of do all the really interesting stuff. So I just stopped worrying about it, and now it's going to be fine. But it was to do with kind of getting, like you said, the levels kind of all in a line and getting realigned, and kind of realise that actually, you know, that's about choosing how you react. Yes, I could be really angry, and I could be really cynical, and I could be really cross about it. But actually, I could just be like, well, you know what, it serves me right for being so fabulous. It's okay what I do. That's what's going to happen.
Definitely.
But yeah, and you know, because I feel a lot better about it now. I mean, it has been very frustrating, but you know.
And now you're amongst like-minded people to speak that too, because I can identify with that absolutely word for word. That's twice now. Find a third link.
But yeah, I think getting everything kind of back on track, it really kind of sorted it out and stopped me being cross.
Which leads us to the next part, where the problems of today can only be solved at a higher level of thinking, which created them in the first place, which is a quote by Einstein. So if we're looking to solve various problems and issues, we need to solve them by thinking on a higher level to where they were created. Okay, now the level that we decide that we make changes, it depends on who you're working with, what the situation is, and what the context is. Okay, if there is a problem at behavioural level, to solve it, we need to at least think capability, strategy. Okay, if someone is having a problem at capability, then we need to start looking at beliefs and values and identity, okay, and spirituality and purpose, to ensure all our goals are aligned at all levels. Once this happens, okay, your goals in life become clear and obtain effortlessly. It's no stretch. You're just going about what you do, okay? There's no stretch. There's less of an effort to go about achieving what you do. There's no conflict. You haven't got any issues or any major issues that are going on, okay? Because everything's in line. You're happy being out there, building that new business, because you know your partner understands that you'll have to come home from work at 9 o'clock